My parents were on a video call. I heard my mother's voice. Break her legs. Make sure she can never walk again. Never run. Never return. Koba raised the rock and smashed it against my legs. Once. Twice. 3 times. Bones cracked. I screamed so hard I tasted blood. Then he ripped off what little clothing I had left and violated me again while my parents and Sana watched. The Betrayal of Blood. My name is Leah. I'm 19 years old. I was raised in a beautiful home with 2 loving parents. I am the only daughter of my parents, Maya and Jasper. We're the best family anyone could ever ask for. We laughed, we danced, we celebrated everything together. When I made my first million at 17, they cried like I'd given them the world. I built my fashion empire from scratch, sketching designs by candlelight, modeling my own clothes, and exploding on social media. I was the CEO, the designer, the brand, everything. And I had it all. A thriving business, a loyal best friend, a boyfriend who adored me, and parents who loved me like I was their heartbeat. Or so I believed. To celebrate my success, my parents surprised me with a trip to a hidden island, Illa Verana. No phones, no connection to the outside world, just trees, ocean, and silence. The island was untouched by time. The villagers didn't speak English. Most couldn't even read. But it was peaceful. Our first day was perfect. I ran barefoot across white sand, laughed as my mom tried to keep up, and watched my dad grill fresh pineapple by the shore. That night, fire dancers twirled under a sky of stars. For the first time in years, I wasn't working. I was just living. The next morning, I wore my favorite red dress, the one I'd sewn myself. My parents smiled and showered me with kisses. We explored the local market, and that's when I saw her. A beggar girl, filthy, barefoot, her hair thick with dirt and tangles. She approached us. Too close. My dad wrinkled his nose. My mom whispered, "She smells like garbage." Then, she tripped over nothing and falls straight on my parent. She whispered something into their ears. I didn't hear what it was, but I'll never forget the look on their faces. Their eyes hollowed out, and their warmth vanished. Goosebumps covered their skin as their bodies trembled. They stared at her like she was theirs. They looked possessed, like something had taken over their souls. That night, she was in our suite, wearing my red dress, my necklace, my heels. I laughed nervously. What's going on?" My mom smiled sweetly. "It looks better on her." I laughed it off, but something in my chest cracked. The next morning, I woke up to laughter. Strange, cold laughter. I crept downstairs. My mother was massaging the beggar girl's feet. My father was feeding her grapes. They laughed with her like they'd known her their entire lives. My mom turned to me and said, "Sweetheart, we need you to sign the company over to Sana," my dad added with a smile. "She's like a daughter to us now." I stared at them in shock. "Are you out of your minds?" They didn't blink. They just smiled. And everything went cold. My mom walked to the kitchen and came back with orange juice. She handed it to me like it was love in a glass. Grinning unnaturally, I hesitated. But I drank. And that's when my world went dark. I collapsed. My head spun, my vision blurred, and the last thing I saw was their faces, smiling, watching me fall. When I woke up, I was in a dark wooden hut, tied down, alone, abandoned. My parents were gone, and I was left with a man, Koba. He didn't speak. He reeked of rotting meat, and every night he beat me, he raped me, over and over and over again. Then came the day that broke me. He entered the hut with a massive black rock. My parents were on a video call. I heard my mother's voice. Break her legs. Make sure she can never walk again, never run, never return. Koba raised the rock and smashed it against my legs. Once, twice, 3 times. Bones cracked. I screamed so hard I tasted blood. Then he ripped off what little clothing I had left and violated me again while my parents and Sana watched. They watched, and they smiled. Then they hung up. For 2 years, I rotted in that hut, crawling in filth, eating scraps, drinking from puddles, speaking to shadows. My legs were useless. My body, nothing but pain. Every night, Koba would come with a red hot iron, branding me like an animal. One night, I whispered to the sky, "Please, God, just one more chance." Koba came in that night and tied my legs and hands. He beat me more than ever and dragged me to the forest, tossed me like garbage for the wild animals. I blacked out again. But when I opened my eyes, I was back in our hotel suite. My red dress was folded neatly. My parents were outside the door. Sana stood in the hallway, smiling. They hadn't done it yet. It hadn't happened. Yet. I was back. Back at the beginning. And this time, I'm not giving up anything. Not my name, not my legacy, not my life. They destroyed me once. Now, let's see what happens when the prey becomes the predator.